Do you think your carry-on is cleared for 2025 just because it was fine last year? Well, you better think again. Airports have quietly changed the game, and security is flagging bags for reasons that go way beyond your shampoo bottle. The wildest part? Most travelers have no clue. We're seeing surprise departure gate check fees because a bag is too heavy, not too big, and people getting pulled aside over something as innocent as protein powder. You heard me. Travelers are facing delays, fines, even losing their stuff, all because of new updated rules no one told them about. In this video, I'm breaking down 12 critical new and updated carry-on rules for 2025 that are practically designed to get your bag flagged and maybe denied entry on the plane. These aren't the same old tips that you've heard a million times. We're exposing new enforcement tactics and hidden regulations that could save you time, money, and the nightmare of having your bag torn apart by airport security. And trust me, you want to stick around for the final point. It's the one rule everybody thinks they know, but they don't. Yet millions still forget it, instantly marking you for a full bag search that could make you miss your upcoming flight. So if you want to breeze through the airport like a pro, hit that like button and stay with me until the end. I have a lot to unpack today. A smooth start to your trip literally depends on it. Loose lithium batteries. That's a mid-air fire risk. Picture this. You're 35,000 feet in the air when a loose lithium battery in a carry-on burst into flames. The cabin fills with smoke and the flight has to make an emergency landing. Sounds like a nightmare. But incidents like this have happened, which is why TSA is so strict about batteries right now. If you toss spare batteries for phones, cameras, vapes, whatever, loosely in your bag where they can rub against coins or keys, they can short circuit and ignite. TSA will pull your bag if they see that any unprotected battery rolling around is in there. Here's the fix. Keep spare batteries in their original packaging or in a case that covers the terminals. It's a simple step that can prevent a mid-flight disaster. Now on to smart luggage that must have removable batteries. You finally got that fancy smart suitcase, and at the gate you get a nasty surprise. The airline won't let it on board because the battery isn't removable on your smart travel suitcase. This scenario is becoming more common, and it all comes down to safety. Airlines consider any lithium battery that can't be quickly removed from luggage as a serious fire hazard. If a battery inside a suitcase overheats, and yes, it happens, it has happened, there's no easy way for the crew to deal with it mid-flight if it's locked inside. So now most airlines require you to pop out that battery from the smart bags before you board. Gate agents might even ask you at the gate to prove the battery can be removed. If you can't do it, that suitcase isn't flying with you. Sorry. Travelers have had to abandon expensive smart bags or mail them home because they didn't know this particular rule. Here's the fix or solution. If you use smart luggage, make sure it has a removable battery and take it out before you board to make sure. Carry the battery with you in the cabin. If the battery isn't removable, that smart bag is a no-go for air travel, as I just said. Now we're on to opaque water bottles that can trigger inspections. You empty your water bottle before you go through security like you're supposed to. Yet, the TSA agent still pulls your bag aside. Why? Because certain bottles look suspicious on the X-ray machine or scanner. Those double-walled metal bottles, think hydro flask and Yetis. They show up as a solid opaque blob, so the scanner can't tell if they're truly empty or not. So security often flags them for a closer look. In fact, Heavy or oddly shaped bottles get pulled daily. Agents might unscrew the cap, shake them to make sure no water is in there, or even confiscate expensive insulated bottles because they could be hiding something. Smugglers have used false bottom bottles before, and TSA wants to make sure. Here's the solution. Travel with a clear plastic water bottle or a see-through collapsible bottle. On the X-ray machine, it's obvious that they're empty, so they sail through without any questions. When it comes to water bottles at security, the simpler and more transparent you are, the better it is for you. Now let's go on to surprise carry-on weight checks at the departure gate. You reach the departure gate and suddenly the agent says, your carry-on has to be checked for a hefty fee, even though it fit in the size tester. What's going on? Airports have quietly started enforcing carry-on weight limits. Depending on the airline, your carry-on might need to be under about 15 to 22 pounds. If it looks heavy or overstuffed, gate agents might pull out a scale right before boarding to make sure. If you're over the limit, you're hit with a $50 to $100 gate check fee on the spot, often more than it would have cost you to check your bag earlier. At that point, you're either going to pay up or possibly miss your flight. To avoid this, know what's making your bag heavy. Laptops, a couple of books. I don't know where you're going with books anyway. An extra pair of shoes, souvenirs, even lots of little toiletry bottles can push your weight past the limit. Weigh your packed bag at home. If it's over, shift some heavy items into your personal item, like a backpack or purse, or wear them if you can. And always check your airline's carry-on weight policy before you head out. A quick lookup can save you from a costly surprise at the departure gate. Now let's move on to powders over 12 ounces. These raise flags. The TSA line isn't moving because an agent is busy testing some powder from a passenger's bag. It happens. It turns out a big tub of protein powder tripped the 12-ounce powder rule. TSA flags any powder-like substance over about 12 ounces, the size of a soda can, for extra screening. It doesn't matter if it's protein powder, ground coffee, spices, or even baby formula. If it's a large amount of powder, they have to take a closer look because powders can hide explosives on an X-ray machine. That means opening the container, testing the contents with chemical swabs, and maybe even asking you to taste it. That's how they do it. It's time consuming, of course, and people do miss their flights because of this. So you have to be careful. Here's the easy fix. Pack powders in small quantities. If you need to bring a lot of it, split it into containers under 12 ounces each. Keep them in original packaging if possible, and place them where they're easy to pull out of your bag. This way, if the TSA wants to check them, it's quick and doesn't hold everybody up in the line, including you. All right, let's move on to cracking down on multiple personal items. You might think carrying a purse, a laptop bag, and a shopping bag is fine. Well, you can get away with it sometimes. Well, there are small, yes, but airlines are cracking down on multiple personal items. Some airlines, that is. Some have even installed AI-powered cameras at the gate to count how many bags each passenger has. Gate agents definitely notice if you have more than one personal item now. So you have to be careful. To them, a purse and a laptop bag and a shopping bag equal too many items. It breaks the one personal item rule. The result, you could be hit with a surprise fee between $25 to $75 for each extra piece, or be forced to check a bag at the last minute. I've even seen someone charged extra for a camera bag because if it looks like a separate bag, they're going to count it. Here's the fix. Make it look like you only have one bag. Here's what you're going to do. Put your purse or small bag inside the larger bag while you're boarding, or use a single bag with enough room for everything. You can also clip or strap smaller items together so that they appear as one unit. The key is walking on with what appears to be just a single bag. If it looks like one item, the airlines, smart cameras, and staff won't flag you. But if it's more than one, good luck. I hope you're getting value from this video. Before we continue, I want to share a special resource that goes even deeper than what we've covered today. My ebook, 7 Shocking Reasons Why You Keep Getting Flagged at Airport Security and How to Avoid Them. This book reveals the hidden triggers most travelers never hear about and gives you step-by-step strategies to breeze through screening. You're going to learn how to pack smart, navigate secondary screenings, prepare your documents, and even make use of programs like TSA PreCheck and Global Entry, all for just $10. That's my ebook, only $10. Plus, I've included a free checklist of essential travel tips so you'll be ready for every trip. Check out the link. It's going to be in the description to grab your copy today. And stop letting airport security slow you down. Okay? Now let's move on. I have a lot to unpack, so please stay with me. Now we're on to overstuffed bags that look suspicious on X-ray machines. You're proud of your expert packing skills. Every inch of your carry-on is filled, rolled, and tucked perfectly. Ironically, that can backfire at airport security. If your bag is packed too densely, the X-ray machine just sees one big blob instead of distinct items. That's an automatic trigger for a manual search. Think about it. Tightly rolled clothes wrapped around gadgets, shoes, stuffed with socks. It creates layers that the scanner cannot see through. So the TSA agent has no choice but to unpack your meticulous packing job to figure out what's in there. That's not fun for you, I know, or even for them, as a matter of fact. Here's a solution. Don't pack to the absolute max. Use packing cubes or otherwise segment your stuff. This separation helps the X-ray see everything clearly. Also, keep your electronics in an easy-to-grab spot rather than buried in the middle. A little empty space in your bag is okay. It might feel less efficient, but it actually gets you through airport security faster since your bag's contents are clear on the scanner. Now for the 311 liquids rule. It is strictly enforced still in 2025. Each liquid or gel goes in a 3.4-ounce container. I know you know that. And all must fit in one clear quart-size bag. But even travel pros get caught off guard by how strict TSA is nowadays. Here's a big tip. The container size matters more than how much is in it. A half-empty 6-ounce shampoo bottle is still a no-go because the bottle says 6 ounces on it. TSA will toss it even if it's mostly empty, since it exceeds the allowed size. Also, the TSA counts some surprising items as liquids, things like peanut butter, hummus, creamy dips, gel insoles, or cream makeup. If it's spreadable or gooey, assume it counts towards your liquids bag. Common mistakes include bringing an extra liquids bag. Everyone only gets one. Using a non-transparent bag or packing any container over 3.4 ounces is not allowed. If they catch an oversized container, you won't get to save it. It's going in the trash, whether it's pricey perfume or a jar of gourmet jam. Here's how to avoid these problems. Double check that every bottle is travel size, 3.4 ounces or less, by reading the label. Stick to one clear quart-size bag, period. And when in doubt about something, check the TSA website ahead of time. The 311 rule hasn't changed, as I said before, but TSA is enforcing it to the letter. So you should do the same too. Now let's talk about power banks. Oversized power banks, more than 100 watts per hour. The TSA rule for batteries isn't just about the regular AA battery, AA battery. Your big USB power bank is a problem. External battery packs must be under 100 watt hours to fly. If your power bank is too large or isn't clearly labeled with its capacity, it might get confiscated. Many high-capacity power banks only list milliamp hours, that's mAh, which requires conversion to WH for watt per hour. Example, a 30,000 mAh battery at 3.7 V is about 111 watt hour over the limit. That's over the limit. TSA agents know this math as well, and they're checking labels. So to keep your charger, make sure it's under 100 watt hours. Ideally, use one that states the watt hours on the label. If not, do the math yourself ahead of time. mAh times voltage divided by 1,000. And if that's over 100, the label is unclear, leave it at home. It's better to carry two smaller compliant power banks than one giant one that will end up in the trash at airport security. Now let's talk about forbidden foods. These can lead to fines. That innocent snack in your bag could cost you big. Besides TSA, there are agriculture inspectors, especially on international flights or routes from places like Hawaii, who look for prohibited foods. Fresh foods, vegetables, meats, plants, and certain dairy items can be illegal to bring into the country because they might carry pests or diseases. If you forget and pack it, say an apple from your hotel maybe, or some homemade beef jerky, you could face a hefty fine, often around $300, and have it confiscated as well. And yes, they do check, often with sniffer dogs or x-rays. These rules are strictly enforced to protect ecosystems and farms. Here's a fix. Finish or throw out any fresh food before you fly. Stick to sealed, commercially packaged snacks if you must bring food. And when traveling abroad, always check that country's rules on bringing food into their country. Declaring any food items on your customs form, if you have one, is way better than trying to sneak something through into the country and ending up with a fine. In short, when in doubt, leave it out. That's my motto. Or eat it before you board the plane. All right, let's talk about unmarked medications. These draw scrutiny. Having your necessary medications with you is crucial. But TSA can get suspicious if your medications aren't in their original packaging. Picture someone who put their pills into an unlabeled daily pill organizer to save space, of course. But to a TSA officer, that unmarked box of pills looks like potential illegal drugs. That happened to me in Canada before. They might detain you to verify each medication, which could make you miss your flight. Luckily, the TSA officer understood. The same goes for any prescription that isn't clearly labeled with your name on it. Say you're carrying a family member's medication, or you transferred pills to a generic container. And if it's a controlled substance, painkillers, ADHD medications, etc., expect extra scrutiny. To avoid this, always keep your prescriptions in the pharmacy bottle or packaging with your name on it. If that's not feasible, maybe you need to carry a smaller amount. Have a copy of the prescription or a doctor's note handy as well. That will help. And for international travel, check that your medicine is legal at your destination. Some countries ban certain common medications. Just so you know. A little preparation ensures that you won't be stuck arguing with security about your essential medications when you should be boarding your plane, or you will miss your flight. All right, let's talk about always removing large electronics at airport security. Finally, the rule that everyone knows but many still forget: take out your electronics at security. Laptops, tablets, big cameras, anything larger than a phone must come out of your bag and go into its own bin. If you leave, say, your laptop in your carry-on, the X-ray sees a big black box that could be hiding other items in it. TSA will then pull your bag aside and unpack everything to make sure nothing dangerous was under your laptop. In Fort Lauderdale, they allow you to keep it in because they have special machines, and some other airports. It's one of the most common mistakes, though, and it causes major delays for you and everyone in the line behind you. Plus, it puts unwanted spotlight on you as the agents wonder why you didn't follow the rule. Here's the solution, and it's straightforward. Organize your bag. so that you can easily grab your electronics. And remember to do it every time. Let it be a process. Put your laptop and tablet in a dedicated pocket in your backpack, or at the top of your bag. As you approach the conveyor belt, be ready to slide them out. Not only will this speed up your own screening, it also shows the TSA agents that you're a pro, a travel pro that is, who knows the drill, which can make the whole experience so much easier and smoother for you. So there you have it. Our list of carry-on rules and pitfalls that are tripping travelers up in 2025. Don't let this happen to you. None of these are random or petty. Each one exists because of real incidents that occurred and sneaky attempts that forced the authorities to crack down. Batteries really have caused fires mid-flight. And yes, people have tried to hide things in empty bottles and protein powder as well. The TSA and airlines have seen it all, which is why they are enforcing these rules harder than ever in 2025. The good news is a little preparation goes a long way. Spend an extra 10 minutes packing the right way and double checking the rules before you head out. That small effort can save you hours of stress, avoid hefty surprise fees, and keep your trip from derailing before it even begins, right? And you don't want that, right? I have another video coming up that will help you learn about how to effectively master airport security and the tips that actually work. You don't want to miss that video. So make sure that you hit that notification bell so that that one will land in your inbox. Now, I'm curious, what's the craziest thing that you've ever seen someone get flagged for at the airport? Share that with us in the comment section. And if you found this helpful, this video, give the video a thumbs up, please. And share it with your travel buddies so that they don't get caught off guard at the airport. And don't forget to subscribe for more insider travel tips to keep you one step ahead of the ever-changing rules. They're always changing. Oh, and be sure to check out my ebook that I mentioned so that you can be prepared for your next trip. And please visit the YouTube shop area below where I have a lot of discounted travel items and resources for you. These will help to support the channel. Thanks for watching and have a safe flight. Take care now. Bon voyage.